Hello, hello, and here we are again on another rainy Tuesday. I have Bacon here again
Hi.
because he's always here,
Uh,
at least a lot of the time,
Most of the time. Until I go back to work.
until, yeah, go back to work. Um, but yeah, I suppose first order of business, I have new icons for everything. Um, my friend Lex did some designs for me, and I have new profile pictures on everything and new banners on everything. And in her boredom, she's also designing me new slides for the stream itself. So instead of using the stock stream backgrounds and stuff like that, I'll probably have my own sooner or later. But yeah, that's neat. It's also been changed on the Patreon, on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook. Everything has been changed over to the icon. And, feels a bit more me, I guess. Bacon, have you seen them?
No.
I even have it on my Discord. I mean,
Oh yeah, I see that one. I noticed
yeah,
that this morning.
she posted it on the Discord itself.
Oh. Well, it was on the shitpost station.
It's not on the shitpost station. No, it's on the on the art post chase channel.
Arts and shits.
Yeah, that's pretty much my new icon slash banner. Only I have, like my name in the top right and stuff like that. She has it watermarked with all her stuff. That's kind of neat. I haven't had any custom artwork done for me in quite a while. I mean, all of the art I have posted on the Patreon and whatever else has all been done 3, almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of them need updates. Pretty badly. What do you want to ramble about, Bacon? You're one of my patrons now.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of these goddamn this motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Why are there snakes on your plane when you're playing a Jurassic Park game?
I'm not playing Jurassic Park. I'm playing Black Mesa now, so it's still irrelevant.
Oh, okay. It's still irrelevant, but, at the same time, I have so many questions. Well, I made changes to my patron tiers yesterday, so anybody who was $5 previously got bumped up a tier. That's a thing.
Ooh.
How's it going? Welcome to my minor shit show, where we ramble about my writing and other projects for half an hour every day.
And now I can't figure out the fucking level at Black Mesa.
Are you fucking stuck?
Yes, I don't know where I need to go.
We'll take a break from it for a few minutes and bullshit. But as I said, I bumped down the tiers, so I added in a $3 tier because that is Patreon's current lowest recommended patron tier. Just because of all, taxes and the stuff that they take out. I'm keeping in the $1 tier. I'm just keeping that in there permanently. But, so instead of going 1, 5, 10, 25, 50, it's just 1, 3, 5, 10, 25. Because it doesn't make any changes to anybody else, it's just what you're going to get in the longer run. I don't know, the last time you were in here we bullshit and rambled about my, about the game project, the Slayer project, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just mostly talking about weapon possibilities and stuff like that. You staticked out. What?
Fidget spinners.
I'm not adding fidget spinners to a
Deadly fidget spinners.
I'm not adding deadly fidget spinners to a Victorian-era monster hunting game.
See,
Although... No, that's not happening. However, you gave me a terrible idea for a chakram, and I suppose a fidget spinner could be a skin on top of a chakram.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm adding it to the list. That's a pretty small weapon, though. But you could throw it.
Yeah.
Do I count that as a ranged weapon, or one of those in-betweens?
Kind of is a throwable.
Kind of just throwable.
Yeah, like hand grenades and shit.
Hello. Welcome to my rambling. You know, I haven't even added grenades. Jesus. I have my ranged weapon list. What chakra? I mean, what type of grenades would I have in this kind of setting, though?
Don't know.
I always have writer's block. I've been working on writing projects for... Jesus, 14 years? I've been working on some of my writing projects. Writer's block is just what I name the streams where I talk about my writing. Because it was clever, it made sense. I do all sorts of writing, actually. Mostly fantasy or science fiction kind of writing, but I'm also designing a D20 dice gaming engine from the ground up, as well as several gaming projects, which we're currently talking about. One of the projects I want to do down the line called Slayer, a first-person Victorian-era monster hunting, where you're playing as a slayer, and you're hunting down werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. So, my friend Bacon is here rambling with me. He's one of my patrons, and his opinion matters. So we're coming up with, well, it matters. You're just also an asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, well, it depends on the context how much I love bacon.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Yeah, this bacon, I don't know. It depends on the day. I don't know, what type of grenades could you think of being back then? I mean, black powder bombs. Molotovs, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Black powder grenades? Possibly?
Yeah.
Mosquito grenade. I'm not sure how I'd get that one to work.
Bees.
What? Bees. It's not even just a grenade, it's just a jar of bees, and you yeet it at a vampire. How fucking pissed would they be?
Very.
Starter weapons, well, in this era, it's not quite revolver technology yet. It's more flintlocks and stuff like that. Let me bring up my file here. So, the basic mechanics behind this game is you're obviously a monster hunter. So, there's going to be no high-tier magic stuff in this. All of the magic you're going to be doing is like sigils drawn on paper for single cast spells. You're not like a high powerful mage or anything like that. You're just a human fighting these monsters. So you either have to be clever and sneaky and kill them without a fight, or you gotta prepare for a really, really tough fight. And I plan this out on being either single player or co-op. So first-person player, or first-person shooter-style gameplay, shooter-slasher, sorry, with a third-person cover system for stealth and whatnot, just like Assassin's Creed or Gears of War has. So you peer around corners and things like that. And it's also going to have a very heavy stealth system based around sound, lighting, and line of sight. So even if you're supposedly out of their cone of sight, if you have too many weapons on you and they're too shiny, they could still see the glint of your weapons from a mile away. Not really a mile, but extra length away. the sound is going to have to do with how much stuff you're carrying. I want to have a focus on realism as far as that's concerned. So if you're carrying around a great sword and a handful of grenades, you're going to be a lot easier to see than somebody who's walking around with a dagger and some rope. So that's going to be a lot of effect on it. The same with your armor and clothing makes a difference too. Each level is a focus on solving it your own way. So one of the main I lost the word. Inspirations for this would be Dishonored or the Thief games, where you solve it your way instead of just following through level by level by level, doing exactly what they tell you to do. You figure out your own way of doing it. One of the takes on that is implementing a parkour system like Thief or Dying Light has. And obviously your equipment is going to make it either much, much harder to climb around or make you much more noisy than, you know, cloth shoes and light weapons. And then obviously I talked about the spell system is just going to be very simplified. You can carry a ton of spells, but if you try to rapid cast them, they have repercussions. So if you were to cast a spell that throws a fireball 5 or 6 or 7 times really, really quickly, the sigil causes you to start on fire. And you start taking damage from that. Did I miss anything, Bacon? I went over this with you a little bit.
Not really, no.
I'm hoping I'm not missing any details. But
goddamn.
Obviously there's going to be a range of different types of weapons, melee weapons, ranged weapons, armor, spells, and tools. So tools like a grappling hook or rope arrows, things like that. Just things that could help you traverse levels or, with clever thinking, solve problems. Like setting up traps and stuff like that. I was also thinking of weapon upgrades and enchantments for the weapons. Obviously, helping you along. What else here? Back on track. I added chakra, molotovs, and black powder grenades to the range. Anything else you can think of, Bacon?
Not really.
So I got flintlocks, matchlock rifles, and blunderbusses added on the ranged because it's the era that it would make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe like the end game level gear, you get a repeater rifle and a revolver.
Mm-hmm.
Early access tech. Well, I added those. Think of any other melee weapons? Because I had the, I added the axes. So we had the hatchet, the hand axe, the broad axe, and the great axe all added on. Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank on that. Let's see. How about armor types? What do you think about our armor types?
Corsets.
What? Corset?
Yeah.
I would add that under cloth armor. It's just a corset. You're running into battle against a werewolf and all you're wearing is a corset. Good luck, Bacon. Have fun. Actual sigils? Yeah. Probably deriving them from other texts and then creating them myself. This is not... This is way, way, way down the line. This is an actual game idea that I would not be able to do by myself. I'm no good at programming. Even with my video game development degree, I was a motion capture expert and level designer. I was not a programmer. I can make a level look pretty, and I can make a make an animation function properly. I am not a programmer. I don't think I'd ever be able to get this to work myself. Back to where we're going. So armor types right now, I have 3 different classifications, Bacon. So I got light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. So the light armor types I have are currently cloth, leather, padded, chainmail, Damascus chain, and beast leather.
Okay.
The medium armor types I have are reinforced, scale mail, heavy chain, light plate, Damascus scale, and beast plate. And I don't have any heavy armor types. I hadn't gone back
Full
to this.
plate.
Full plates. So I already had chainmail and heavy chain. Full plate for heavy makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Damascus plate.
Yeah.
Change beast plate from medium to beast scale. Add beast plate to heavy types.
Mm-hmm.
These are beast is obviously you're incorporating monster parts into your armor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Reinforcing your armor with werewolf teeth and claws and shit. Or the shells of some type of fucking monster beast like that. Dragon scales.
Yeah.
Maybe not dragon, probably wyverns would make a little bit more sense. I don't know. Any other heavy types you can think of?
Kevlar.
Kevlar? Really? Did they have Kevlar in that era?
No.
No. So. I'm blanking on that one for right now. So let's move on. How about tools? What kind of tools do you think would fit this style of gameplay? A grappling hook is obviously. That's one I've added on there.
Lockpicks.
Lockpicks. Okay.
Monster specific.
What's that?
Monster specific ones.
Like monster specific hunting kits?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just list it as monster kit for now. So it would contain like repellents or attractants and stuff like that, just minor ingredients. Yeah. So like a vampire kit would have a like a piece of garlic as a deterrent to keep them away from a particular area, and a vial of blood you can drip somewhere and it'll bring them closer or draw their attention. Which would work as like a throwable or something like that. So I'll just keep them listed as monster kits right now. Let's see here. I'm drawing a blank for some reason. I had a few ideas for these a while ago, but I'm just drawing a blank now.
Yeah.
Sedative?
Yeah.
That would probably be a useful one. Because obviously the monster you're hunting is not going to be the only thing on each given level. You're obviously going to have to deal with like ghouls, minor monsters.
Yeah.
You just go full ham into a ghoul-filled level like Dying Light.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking hack away or avoid everything. That's all I can think of for tools right now. We went over upgrades and enchantments before. Anything drawing a mind? Any idea for possible upgrades for a piece of armor?
Adding extra pieces of plate to it.
Let's see. I'm just doing copy paste stuff here real quick. So for an upgrade for armor, you're saying so reinforcement.
Yeah.
So that would give you a damage reduction. That would probably change. Give you like a DR plus 1 right now. That would also increase the weight by at least 10 to 20%, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, having like a specific type of reduction to it,
Yeah.
would make more sense. It'll take a little bit longer to come up with things for that.
Yeah.
How about spells? What can you think of spells?
The magical kind.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. So far for spells, I currently have down Firebolt and a Shock spell. Obviously, those are going to be basic ones, and those are going to be projectile types.
Yeah.
What other stuff could you think of? Like a poison? Oh, light spell would be cool. But would I consider that a projectile or a utility?
Utility.
And then maybe a poison would be a buff type.
Yeah.
So that leaves us 3 kinds right now. These are all just like beta ideas, obviously. So maybe something like Stone Skin as a buff type would work. Just a very short time of damage reduction. Put that on. So currently under my categories, I have the spell, its type, its damage if it has one, its effective range, what it does, any sub effects it might have, and then the visibility of you casting.
Yeah.
So Firebolt is obviously going to be a projectile type. Its damage would probably be around that of like a short sword. Effective range, I'd say 50 feet.
Yeah.
Its effect, obviously, it explodes on contact. And for a sub effect, well, it may be a 15 to 20%, no, maybe higher, probably like a 30 to 35% chance of starting it on fire.
Yeah.
Or an instantaneous ignite if it's an inanimate object.
Mm-hmm.
Like a barrel full of grease or something. Just,
Yeah.
poof, gone. It just blows the fuck up. That's some minor stuff for that. Get some progress there. Got about 4 or 5 minutes left here. Any other projects you want to talk about, Bacon? Or anybody else wants to ask about?
Not that I can think of.
Got a few other minutes here before we dip off and then figure out what the hell we're going to stream later today.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more Pavlov.
Probably.
Because I kind of have a minor addiction to that game at this point. It's so much fun to play. It's really hard to find a VR shooter that functions nearly as well.
What?
What?
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, your roommate?
Go over and go and take a shower. No, we're leaving to go to Ramon's a little bit.
Oh, when are you coming back?
Later tonight.
Okay. Well, I will be right here, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else anybody wants to ask, I suppose I'll close it up for a few minutes early, and, yeah. I will be back later this evening. Bacon might likely be here.
Yeah,
see who
probably.
else we can drag into the shit show. Hello. Well, I'd say welcome to the stream, but I'm legitimately just about to shut it down. But feel free to go back and watch any of the previous footage, stuff like that. And I will be back later this evening to play stupid games. So, other than that, hope everyone's doing great, and I'll talk to you all later.